As entrepreneurs, one thing that we really need to get good at is goal setting. But sometimes it's like, well, what goals am I supposed to set? I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to set a goal. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you all about how I set my goals and the process that I use that will hopefully help you lots too. So stay tuned. Hello, it's Carrie here, founder of the Female Entrepreneur Association and author of the international best-selling book, She Means Business. And I am really excited in this video to talk all about goal setting, because this is something that every single one of us as entrepreneurs needs to get really good at, but it's something that so many of us struggle with. And it's really no surprise because, you know, I don't know about you, but school never taught me how to set a goal. It's typically, we don't get taught how to set goals for ourselves. And so we just have to figure it out on our own. And if you've not got in the habit of doing it, it can be really difficult. But our goals are what we need to set in order to help us to keep moving our businesses forward and growing our business. So we have to constantly be setting goals for ourselves to stretch ourselves and to develop. But the problem is, so many entrepreneurs aren't doing this and then wonder why they're going round and round in circles. So I want to talk you through my process for setting my goals. There's a book that I read called Traction by Gino Wickman, and I basically use the process he shares in his book. It's a great book if you want to check it out. So the first thing you need to do before you can set day-to-day goals are think about what the big picture is for your business, what the big vision is. So I want you to take time to think about where you want your business to be in 10 years time, which might seem really overwhelming and crazy. You're like, wait, 10 years is a long way away. I don't know. But if you get clear on this, it's going to really help you, because it is impossible to know what goals you need to set on a day-to-day basis or a week-to-week basis if you don't know what the big vision is. You can't, like, it's impossible. So start thinking about where you see your business in 10 years time. The second thing, once you've done that, is to then kind of bring it a bit closer to home and start thinking about, okay, well then, if that's what it's going to look like in 10 years, what's the business going to look like in 3 years and in 1 year? And then think through what it's going to look like then. So in 3 years and 1 year, this is what my business is going to look like. And again, take time for this. It's not something that perhaps is going to come right away, and it's something that you really need to think on and get clarity around so that you can then set those more specific goals that you can work on. So the second thing is focus on your 3-year goal and your 1-year goal. In Traction, Gino talks about creating quarterly rocks. And basically it's having a very, very specific quarterly goal. And he basically says to only set yourself between 3 and 7 quarterly rocks to achieve. And so many entrepreneurs, we want to do it all. We want to do it all now. We want to grow. We want to do all of this. But, you know, we end up with 20 things on our list of things we want to get done in the next 90 days, and then get to the end of the 90 days and think, well, hang on a second, I didn't do anything. And it's like you're in quicksand. You want to move forward and go, but you're not getting anywhere. And this typically is because we're trying to do way too much stuff. So take a step back from it all and think about what you want to make happen in the next 90 days. So literally get a piece of paper and a pen and list out everything that you want to achieve in the next 90 days. This has to be really specific, strategic stuff to help you grow your business. The next step is to go through that list and prioritize it so that you know what your top 3 to 7 rocks are, goals are, specific things that you want to achieve are in the next 90 days, and get clear on those 3 to 7 things. But when you start thinking about this, what you need to do is really align it back with what your 10-year vision is and what your 3-year vision is and what your 1-year vision is. Everything needs to align with it. So think about what that bigger vision is and then ask yourself, what do I need to do to get there? What do I need to do to grow? So for example, when I first started the Female Entrepreneur Association, and I was trying to set goals for myself and think about what I needed to do, I would ask myself the question, what do I need to do in order to get me to where I want to get to, what the big vision is? And I realized that I absolutely had to focus on building my audience. That was the key thing that I had to do, because I knew if I can build an audience of raving fans who love what I've created and love FEA, then I know I can make this work. So that was what I focused on. So that enabled me to think, okay, well, my priorities for the next 90 days are going to be, you know, growing my Facebook following, driving traffic to my website, creating incredible content, building my email subscribers. But I was setting specific goals for myself to reach within those quarters. Ask yourself, what is it that I really truly need to prioritize and focus on in the next 90 days in order to get to where I want to be and keep my business on track in alignment with the vision that I have for it. So think about that stuff and write it all down so that you have more clarity on it. So once you've set your quarterly rocks, assign a due date to them so you know when you need to complete them by. And maybe they're all to be completed by the end of that 90 days, but maybe some are to be completed within the first 30 days. So get clear on when you want to achieve those things by so you can see, am I on track or am I not on track? Only by doing it will you figure out what's going to work for you and what will be the right amount to set for yourself. But you've got to just do it and practice and practice and practice at goal setting to get better and better and better at it. One final thing that I want to say that I just forgot to say was that when you set your big quarterly rocks, you can then go and break them down and put them into more detail so that you know on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis what you need to accomplish, what you need to be focusing on and doing. So just keep breaking it all down so that it's actually doable and you know what action that you need to take that's completely in alignment with the vision and where you're going. So this is how I now set goals, and it's been really helpful for me to learn this process and integrate it into the business so that I can stay focused and driving my business forward. Because if we don't set these goals and we don't know where we're going, that's when we get caught up and we get stuck and we don't make the progress we want. And that's when you get to the end of the year and you think, oh my gosh, how did I not manage to achieve these things? I don't want you to feel like that because it's not a good feeling. So hopefully this process is going to help you. I've got a free worksheet for you if you want to do a planning session so you can plan out the next quarter and break down your quarterly rocks. So definitely check it out. The link is below, and I will see you next week for another episode of She Means Business. I don't learn how to do it. Yeah. Okay, oh, do you know?
Talk about what you love, which is traction.
Okay, splendid, okay. Hello, it's Carrie here.